Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering draft video. It's Al here with you. This is how to draft MTG. Almost stumbled that. We're drafting All Will Be One Premier Draft here, and looking at our pack, we got kind of a blank in the rare slot here. All these dual lands are okay, but kind of want to be in those colors before we're taking them. Pack is pretty medium. We could take Drown and Ichor. Black hasn't been great thus far, although it's a bit early to be making sweeping judgments on what's good and what's not in the format. This is super efficient. The proliferate is quite nice. I could see taking that. I could see taking Charforger. Again, red black hasn't been great for me, but card is obviously solid. It's a great rate. Green red is sort of the hotness right now. If we wanted to try to force that, we would be taking something like Axiom Engraver or Rustvine Cultivator, which I don't think is defensible. Especially because those cards do tend to wheel. So I'm going to take the Drown in Ichor, and we'll see where we get to from there. Try to stay kind of open here. There's also a Swooping Lookout, which is a possible pick there as well. All right. And pick 2 here. We've got a rare that doesn't do anything, right? You may cast that card. If you do, you can't cast other spells. Guess that could be cool, like very late in the game, but as folks may know, these games go pretty quick. So I don't mind Paladin of Predation. 7 mana is quite a bit, though. I think I would just take Sylvok Battle Chair if I was going to take a green card in this pack. There's a Miran Bardiche, which is not bad in red-white. 5 mana is kind of a lot. Gold Warden's Helm hasn't been very good. Yeah, a bunch of sort of nothing in this pack. I think the best card for us is just Barbed Batterfist. 2-drop is very important. Getting on board early is very important. There's also Chimney Rabble, which is quite good. I've liked red quite a bit so far, so I'm going to take the cheap card. That's always a good place to default to in this format, as getting on board early is so important. All right, and we may continue that trend here. We've got a Crawling Chorus. I like this one quite a bit. Also a Duelist of Deep Faith. Why can't I talk today? I don't know. Duress, not very good, so nothing to follow up our Drown and Ichor with in terms of black cards. So I like Chorus, I like Tyvar's Stand, and I like Duelist of Deep Faith. So it's really a toss-up here. I guess if we're thinking about an equipment-based deck in red-white, we might like Duelist a little bit more as it's got First Strike. Lightbringer works with equipment, but 3 mana is far worse than 1 or 2 mana. I'm going to default to the cheap card again here. I'm just going to take Crawling Chorus. Cheap cards are also good with equipment, although Batterfist is not good with Chorus. But, in general, cheap cards are good with equipment because you play them early, they do stuff early, and then later on you equip them, and they keep doing stuff for you. All right, Basilica Shepherd. Looks like the best card here, although there's some good red stuff here. Sawblade Scamp is fine in a world where we're casting 4 Mirrodin equipment because it's going to get that counter, and we still get a creature out of the equipment, so we're not really having any downside of playing non-creature stuff. Engraver's a very good one as well. Furnace Skullbomb is totally solid. I think I'm going to take the Shepherd. Flying is very good, and making 2/1/1s is very good. So we'll start there, but yeah, definitely clocking these, especially if they wheel. That's going to be pretty exciting for us. If we're thinking we're going to end up in a red-based deck. Well, there's a Noxious Assault here. Do I put my money where my mouth is? In my original video, I said this card was really, really good. Hasn't seemed like green-white toxic is a real thing, and we haven't seen much green. But this could be a thing. We've got ways to make mites, ways to go wide. Not a lot else going on in the pack, so I think I might just snap it up here. Vraska's Fall, Offer Immortality, pretty medium in terms of black cards. Hazardous Blast is okay. Basilisk has been pretty bad. Grimnark's just too expensive. 5 mana draw 3 is not where we want to be early in the draft, and Vanish is I haven't even seen anybody play it. So yeah, let's take Noxious Assault out of a weak pack there, see what happens. Second Noxious Assault. Oh boy. Well, again, a pretty uninspiring pack here. We've got Sinew Dancers, really the only other card that we're super interested in, and we're not even that interested in it. So I'll take another Assault. Let's try and build around it. See what we can do here. I don't know. All right, Batter Fist, Charge of the Mites, and Maze Skull Bomb is nice as well. Testament Bearer, probably like behind all of those. I mean, Charge of the Mites goes with Noxious Assault if we're trying to do that thing. It's also white, which I think our better cards are white, but I do like the Batter Fist as well as just a good solid rate card. So it's tough. I think I'm going to take the charge. We're going to try and do it here. See, we'll see what happens. We might just get pushed off of green because like there's so many good red cards to take, right? Like here's another Batter Fist. It's not the greatest. We have a lot of X1 sort of things happening here, but it's quite solid. It's either the Batter Fist here or the Basilica Skull Bomb, which is a nice one. I think if we end up playing red, we're going to be playing white, and therefore I'm going to take the Skull Bomb here. Swooping Lookout came all the way back. Rustvine Cultivator comes back. Thirsting Roots comes back. I could see taking a Thirsting Roots. Swooping Lookout's pretty good with Batter Fist. Good as a 1-drop in general. It's not bad with Noxious Assault. I think I'll take the Lookout. Stay on white here. Not convinced that we're going to end up playing green after all. Just haven't seen very much. There was a Rustvine Cultivator there, but that's not really on plan with trying to toxic people out. We'll take a Bardiche here. Good with our 1-drops. And we'll take a Lightbringer here. Not wheeling a lot of these red cards, so people are hip to the red scheme. So it's okay. So we could have had another Batter Fist over a Skull Bomb, maybe one more over this Noxious Assault. So not huge losses, but we are going to feel that a bit in our curve going forward if we don't end up playing these assaults. Sinew Dancer is a good one to get late there. All right, we got a Mythic Rare. Don't think we're going to be able to play it. 3 toughness is really low. I'm not super excited about this card. Getting the 3 creature cards, claws happening, getting the indestructible's not good, and it still dies to like Drown and Ichor. I don't think there's enough going on with Drivnod to make it worth it. However, we do have a Duelist of Deep Faith and a Hexgold Slash in the pack that are looking pretty appetizing. There's a Canker Bloom. There's a Skull Bomb. We already have a Skull Bomb. Don't need too many of those. So I think it does come down to the Slash versus the Duelist. Having a look at our curve here, we really need 2s and we need removals. So we'd be happy to pick up both cards. I think I'm going to go with the Duelist. So I think getting on board early is just so important. And we're not certain that we're red yet. We are certain that we're white. So close pick. Gonna take the Duelist there. And here we'll pick up a Planner Disruption. Removal we need badly. We also would take another Duelist here, but Planner Disruption seems good to me. So we're wide open here. I mean, we could play red-white. We could play green-white. We could play black-white. I think we're least likely to end up in blue, but it could happen. We do have a few artifacts here. So yeah, pretty happy to just take this here. Mirror and Safe House was due. Oh, that's kind of cool. Not good for limited, but is cool. All right, so we're taking a removal spell that we need. All right, another Go Wide payoff here in Plated Onslaught. Not bad with our mites. There's another Duelist here, which we're always happy to just pick that up. Red cards are pretty blah. Green cards are pretty blah. I think we'll just take another Duelist. Stay on plan. Just drafting a low curve aggressive deck. Maybe we're going to support it with some equipment. Maybe we're going to support it with some removal from black or some Noxious Assaults from green. We'll just sort of keep seeing what happens. Prosthetic Injector is kind of interesting, eh? It's good with Lookout. Particularly with Lookout. Do we have any other flyers? We do have Shepherd. It's pretty good on Duelist of Faith as well. It's cheap, kind of slots in. If we end up playing blue for some reason, it's an artifact too, which isn't bad. The rest of this pack is pretty blank. Complete Devotion's good, I guess. We have a lot of toxic stuff. I'm going to take the Injector and see what it does. I haven't got to play with this yet, but I have played against it. It's been pretty annoying. See what it does here. Yeah, another shepherd will fit well for us. Engraver, just nothing exciting in the other colors here for us. So happy to just keep taking white cards and see what happens. Maybe we just like end up super white and just splashing these assaults, or a couple of red cards, a couple of black cards. Who knows? The world is our oyster. We've got a Flensing Raptor here. Liking the look of that. I don't think we have enough non-creature spells. Oh, we have 10 somehow. 3 equipments. Do we have enough to actually do it with Trawler Drake? I mean, but all these our non-creature spells are off-white, so probably not. I have Malcator. If it wheels, I mean, it's pick 6. At this point, probably won't, but maybe. Just going to keep taking white cards. Gold Warden's Helm, Zealot's Conviction. We're reasonably set up to corrupt, which makes Zealot's Conviction pretty exciting. Gold Warden's Helm is pretty bad. Draw Skull Bomb, pretty slow. These other black cards are not very exciting. Yeah, I think we'll take the Zealot's Conviction here. Just keep the curve low. You can generally engineer a spot where this eats a creature in combat, and then you're left with a bigger threat. Okay. Transplant Theorist. Probably not as our first blue card. I think it's just the Axiom Engraver. That's what the bots think we should do. Gleeful Demolition. If I had a little bit more time, I could sort of think about that. Because you can destroy mites with it and get 3 tokens. That might have actually been the most correct pick. Skull Bomb, Sinew Dancer, Gold Warden's Helm. I think our creature count's a little bit low. I think I like Sinew Dancer here. But I do like Skull Bomb as well. Another blank pack. We'll take a Lightbringer. Hope to not play it. We're already playing one, and we're hoping not to play that one either. Hunter Maze, Thirsting Roots. Yucky. Forge Hammer, Centurion. Sure. Titanic Growth. Okay, well, easy Complete Devotion for us here. Okay, so somewhat unexciting deck so far. Hope to see some bangers in this pack. But we are open. We could take kind of whatever. Like, we could actually pick this Blue Sun's Twilight. It's a little expensive. Obviously, if you cast it for 7 mana, you just kind of win. But if you're casting for like 5 mana, getting a 3 mana value creature, that's not that good. So I think we're going to let it go. We have no other reason to want to be in blue right now. I like Ambulatory Edifice is interesting because we still do have this Drown and Ichor. So we just have a really light black splash. There's also a Raptor. And I think it's between those 2 cards. And I actually don't know what to take. I'm going to take the Raptor just to stay open. I think it's really close. I have not had a draft yet in this format where I've been this open going into pack 3 in terms of what the second color is. Another Spell Bomb, Skull Bomb. Viral Spawning is interesting. Furnace Punisher. I think we're pretty heavy on Toxic, so I don't know how much we care about Furnace Punisher. I'm kind of interested in this Viral Spawning, honestly. Should be good in this deck, right? We should Corrupt with a reasonable amount of consistency. We got a Chorus. We got an Injector. Double Duelist. Some Flyers with Toxic. I think I like the Viral Spawning, and maybe we do end up playing Noxious Assault. We really have no reason to care about red. These red cards are pretty bad. I mean, they're good in general, but they're not good in our deck. So, yeah. Phyrexian Arena. That'd be a nice one to see earlier. I think it's a bit late for that now. Okay, so let's pretend that we are going to play green. Still really light on 2 drops. So I would like to pick up this Branch Blight Stalker, I think. I want the charge as well, of course. We have a lot of 3s. Let's take the Stalker here. Infectious Bite. That pushes to green a bit. right? To get a poison counter too, that's nice for our corrupted and our poison, and of course removal is good. We don't have any death touchers to really make it pop off, but maybe this Basilisk comes back. I think we would take and play a Basilisk at this point. I think our deck is focused enough towards Toxic. And if it's got synergy with the Bite, that's cool. All right, another Sinew Dancer, probably not. Tyrannex Atrocity, probably not. We have a lot of 5s. So I think it is just Scrap Gorger, even though it doesn't say Toxic on it. I think it's good enough. It'll ramp us out. Incisor Glider, Predation Steward, Maze Skullbomb's kind of interesting as a way to push through more toxic damage. Glider, it's probably just Glider. We still need 2s. I don't like that this doesn't have Toxic, but I think it's probably the pick here. It's either that or the Skull Bomb, but I think we need the 2-drop. I think we're pretty good for like combat tricks. Nothing here we care about. It's probably the most correct pick is probably Veil of Assimilation, actually. I don't think we're playing any of those. Nothing here. Okay, so yeah, I'm interested to see how good this is. I have not drafted green-white yet. Try Cultivator. Could be nice for ramping out these Shepherds. Not sure what we're cutting at this point. Haven't gotten to play green-white just yet, so I think like if green-white is good, this deck should be okay. I think it's got a plan, right? Hope to wield a charge. Let's go. I don't think we're going to. Second charge would be really good. Maybe we should have just taken it over the Stalker. I don't know. We needed 2s at the time. Now I think I would swap those now if I knew that we were going to get a Glider and a Gorger, but we didn't know that at the time, so I think we made an all right decision there. Skull Bomb, late Skull Bomb. That's nice. Okay, cool. That's probably going to make the deck. All right. So, yeah, I think if green-white's good, this deck should perform okay. We win some die rolls. Didn't end up with any mana fixing, unfortunately. We do have some double-colored commitments here. So we're cutting 5 cards. Let's find out what they're going to be. Probably Lightbringer, doesn't have Toxic. Probably Bardiche, doesn't have Toxic. Need these removal spells. I think Complete Devotion is going to be good here. We got a pile of creatures that have Toxic. So these last couple cuts are going to be a little tougher. Can we cut a land? We have like 4 or 5 drops we want to play on curve, but we do have a couple of creatures that make mana. So maybe cutting a land makes sense. Might be a little greedy. I think we can cut a Sinew Dancer. So it doesn't have Toxic. It is good, of course, with Toxic. Oh yeah, and we got to cut Sweeping Lookout because it doesn't have Toxic. So that puts us to 12 creatures, 13 with the viral, 14 with the charge. I could see cutting Injector, I think, actually, for maybe another, like a Sinew Dancer or something, but I'm curious to see how good it is. So we're going to try it like this. Looks like our mana... Yeah, I would like to play fewer forests, but with double Noxious Assault, and we do have some early green plays. I think we got to split it 8-8. So, all right, let's see for round 1. Here we are for round 1. We won the die roll, which I think matters a lot, but we drew a terrible hand, so I don't like mulliganing. Oh, no. And I meant to click mulligan. Oh, this is a disaster. Oh, boy. I made a mistake there. I've done that before. Just click to keep. Okay, well, at least we're going to have a viral spawning on 3, but yikes. Should have mulliganed this. See if we can get lucky here. Opponent on Skull Bomb. That's very good against viral spawning. That's pretty good. Guess they just, that'll be their next turn. Do we even, like, play viral spawning? Oh, boy. I think we just have to because we've got nothing else going on. Well, I apologize for the misclick there. Probably going to be moving to round 2 pretty shortly. All right, 3/3 resolves. Sack it on end step. Sack on end step. Come on. Come on. Come on. Opponent does not sack on end step. Boo! All right, well, at least this takes up their whole turn. Maybe we draw a plains and we can do what? I guess if we draw plains, we're going to want to glide. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, we didn't draw land. I wonder if they think this is instant speed. No, they have an actual play here. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Couldn't hit that plains, eh? Couldn't hit the plains. All right, opponent skull bombs our token away, draws a card. They're going to swing him for 3 here. We're going to try to draw plains. No plains. Say go. See what our opponent's got for us here on turn 4. Turn 5. Play 5 drop here if they have another land. Okay, coming on in for 3. Nice. Indoctrination Attendant. So you can pick up lands with this. It's worth mentioning, especially on a turn where they didn't have a land drop. You pick up the land, put it back down. I don't think that they're... I don't think we're winning either way, but like, you know, you can reuse this ETB, sure, but it's better to pick up a land there. Just pressure us. We'd be at, like, we would take 8. We go to 5 this turn. If we don't have a play, but like we're not blocking with this, so yeah. We are going to block the might, I think. They've got a combat trick, so be it. Nice. Shepherd will take our 4th forest. Boo. Well, we can actually cast our spells now, which is pretty cool. Sadly, they don't do a heck of a lot. We're at 11. Our best play is Flensing Raptor, just to spend our mana efficiently, I think. But then we're tapping the Scrap Gorger, which means we're taking 8. Next turn. Which means we're likely dead. And there's no world where with like end step charge and then Noxious Assault won't do it. Okay, so let's move to round 2. My apologies for the misclick at the beginning there. Let's just pretend we mulled to like 4 and had some bad luck. We'll see for round 2. We go first. We have a 2-drop and some other stuff going on here. We can play Skull Bomb on 1, so we're going to keep that hand. Looks pretty good. See what it can do here. All right, interesting. So now it's probably still just Stalker because Injector on Stalker makes it a 3/3 Toxic 3. But we do have the option to go Glider. But against an island, I'm not super worried about getting like this removed in response. We'll see what happens. If they could bounce it here. Nope. All right, opponent is corrupted. Yeah, let's pass the turn. We could have convicted there as well, get extra damage in or whatever, but I don't think that's worth it. They're going to lock it down. Okay. It's annoying. But we've got a Glider coming up here. Do we want to sack the Skull Bomb? I don't think so. The flying could matter at some point. So I think we're good for now. Ooh. Yeah, I think we just play Flensing Raptor here. And we'll move the injector over. Spend that mana this turn rather than next. Yeah, the +2 toughness is really nice too. I just can't remember that it does that for some reason. All right, another dose. That's good. Oh, man. All right, well, still doing okay. Move the injector. Let's see if we can connect here. And Indoctrination Attendant would have been pretty good for this deck, actually. That card's been better than it looks, for sure. Getting to pick up your creatures from the from underneath these enchantment removal effects is really, really nice. All right, I have Malcator. Opponent's going to scry. Top. Don't like that. Well, at this point, maybe we do sack the Skull Bomb. We'd love to hit a land for Shepherd. Hard to imagine us not killing with Toxic at this point. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Kind of glad we did. Ooh, yeah. That's nice. In for 4. That's okay. We cool. So probably just tap the Sentry and jam. I guess maybe we are killing with regular damage here. I don't know. It's going to be a close little race between damage and Toxic. Could have played Shepherd there too. I didn't think about that long enough. So it might have been better to just widen the board even more. We still get a poison in. Let's say be at 5. Ooh, they have 2 of those now, eh? Okay. Well, that's getting good. Really? Okay, I don't like that attack. I mean, I do, because I think it's really good for us. Because we get to eat that, and then they're just dead. But, yeah, I think that was a bit aggressive on the opponent. But maybe they felt like they did have a way to come back. So there you go. On to the next. Here we are for round 3. We go first. And a good curve here, so we are going to keep this hand. Start with our Injector. I think the Injector did a little work last game. I don't know. It seemed like we were going to get there either way, but oh boy. A rare 1-drop, Toxic 1. Whenever a creature you control becomes target of a spell, target opponent. Oh god. Okay, so as they pump this, we get poisoned. So we could just Planar Disruption it here. Boy, that could be the move, but I think we want to get on board. I think next turn we think about we want to equip. We want to get our Poison Train rolling, and then maybe remove it at that point. So we may need to just take a hit here. We don't want to risk losing our glider, but we may come to regret not just killing that on the spot. Yeah, here they come. No blocks. I'm sure they've got something. Shouldn't be too worried about poison in red-green, at least. I'm going to kill this now, though. Or do we just like deal with it? I don't know, man. It's so tempting to just. I don't think that this is going to matter as much though, because they have to spend so much mana to activate the Predation Steward. So we got 2 poison on us. Vorak finds a land. So we need to keep poisoning them. And then I think we'll move the injector over. Hope to have a block, at least on the steward. Because that first attack with Venerated Rot Priest was free, so they don't necessarily have a combat trick. But we're behind, so it's tough to want to block here, as we just get absolutely trashed if they do have a combat trick. Okay, so they've got a removal spell, and then they get to attack with the Vorak. So that's pretty darn good for them. And they're coming in with the 2/2. Boy. Well, I mean, there's no way we block here because we just die if they have the trick, right? Titanic Growth or whatever. So it's a great attack if it is in fact a bluff. So not looking great here, but they're a couple swings away from dying to this raptor, so there's that. Okay, got a chump. Actually got a little more than a chump. This can pick up the injector and be an actual blocker for us. So this is Toxic 3. So now they're corrupted. Now this gives +2/+1 in first strike. We do move this, I think. They would have killed this last turn if they really wanted to. And it's not like the toughness is going to matter, right? Like the Hexgold Slash kills it either way because it does extra damage because it's got Toxic. And then something like Volt Charge, they would have just used that on the Glider, but instead they pumped up the Vorak, which could have killed the Raptor. So I think it makes sense to move the Injector around. Okay, they just had another fight spell. Now that's targeting that. So we do not get the trade here, because this is going to become a 4/5, I think, right? Love to just be able to read this card. I guess we'll have to let this go first. +1/+2, so it's going to become a 4/5. So yeah, we're kind of screwed here. So I guess, yeah, I mean, maybe we're supposed to leave it, but like, then we're just taking so much damage. So I'm not really sure what the right move was. And they've got Titanic Growth. Kind of knew that, but can't take 6 here. So yeah, probably just dead. So this is why red-green's so good. It's like every one of their cards is just solid, right? And ours are kind of trying to do a thing, and it's not necessarily better than just playing good stats of creatures. There's also, like, you know, the question of whether or not we were supposed to Planar Disruption this. With the fight spells and stuff, it's like removing either of these I don't think would have mattered. Taking the Vorax out of the equation in terms of like being an attacker or whatever would have been nice, though. I guess we get to kill the Vorax, go to 1 and 8 Toxic. And then we probably die next turn. Charge of the Mites. Get them to Toxic 6. Or 1. I guess, I mean, we can chump block the Tyrannex Atrocity and shoot the Predation Steward, but that doesn't... or no, we can't even shoot the Predation Steward because we don't have enough damage. So yeah, we are just dead here. So... yeah, I mean, that's just the power of red-green, right? Just every card is a banger, and sometimes our cards aren't good because we don't have the right board state or the right combination of cards in hand. So, yeah, man, red-green. It's a good deck. All right, we're back. We go first. Like the hand, we've got good curve, both our colors. Going first is really important. See what we can do here. Alrighty. Opponent keeps 7. We'll start with a Sinew Dancer. Likely Duelist next. Try to get this Corruption online as soon as we can. Turn on our Dancer, turn on our Glider. But yeah, it does take a little while to get that Corruption going, especially when you don't have a 1-drop Toxic creature, because now it's like, it won't be till like turn 4 or 5 that we actually get Corruption down. Engraver, that's pretty good. Well, we've got Charge of the Mites here. Kind of an interesting play. Wonder if we get... we've waited too long. I wonder if we get through with... I don't think we're going to get through with the Duelist here. If we just snapped off that attack, we might have been better off. So we can kill the Engraver after damage. I think I'm just interested in playing Charge and seeing if we can go wide here. Also like that we get to spend all of our mana when we do so. Create 2 Mites. Alright, well this is, I think, going reasonably well. They might have the Hexweld Slash here, but we get the Disruption on the Engraver. We get them corrupted. Cast Maze Skullbomb. We kind of go from there. Discarding Fade into Antiquity. That's from a different set. Vanish into Eternity. I guess we'll attack first here. Represent the combat trick. Doesn't matter. Skull Bomb. Cool. Okay, I like our spot, but also have some apprehensions about this deck, so we'll see. Okay, opponent's at 6 poison. Are we going to get a poison kill? I guess we technically got one. They conceded in the round before. Alrighty. Alright, opponent's got a 4/4 and a 4/3 Vigilance. That's very good. Incoming. Okay, we'll take it. 6 poison. We need to get 4 poison on them. Can we do it? I don't think so. So I think what we have to do here is probably pass the turn. Kind of interested in cracking Maze Skullbomb. On a Duelist, right? Because that gets in for 5 damage plus a poison. I don't think they block because they can't double block to kill it, right? And then maybe what we do from there, I think we just, yeah, okay, yeah. We just hold up Sinew Dancer, try to go for the double tap. And yeah, hopefully that's enough. I mean, they probably have another creature this turn, but they are also at 7 poison, so they're not gonna be able to block everything. And we've got a flying situation here. I mean, there's no reason for them to not attack. Okay, they just know they're dead. Cool. All right. Arena keeps giving us the play. We're gonna keep taking it here. Which Skull Bomb do we play first? I think Basilica. Is that almost certainly gets a toxic counter on our opponent with the flying. Opponent on an incubation sac. That's real good. Real good against us. We do have some flyers, but our main plan is ground based. This could get grindy. This could be a game where the overrun card, Noxious Assault, gets some time to shine. All right, Crawling Chorus for our opponent. We've got Viral Spawning and Maze Skull Bomb. Oh! Oh, God. Well, we exiled our own our own Viral Spawning. That's the second horrific mistake I've made this game. So, tap this first. Obviously, you don't get the May. That's pretty annoying, actually. I'm gonna call poor design on that, but all right. Opponent cannot yet make a token. They can obviously chump block with Crawling Chorus. How does this go badly for us if we just give flying? I don't see how we get punished. I would like to draw a card. Maybe we give Trample instead. Flying's a little bit better than Trample. I think so. Let's do that. There's Noxious Assault. Could be happening. Okay, opponent takes 6. They've got Charge of the Mites, I guess? No, maybe. Plague Nurse. Okay, we got an answer for that. I guess the double block would do it. Yeah, so we probably need to just give it flying, I guess. Nice draw. Duelist of Deep Faith off the top. So we're going to exile our own Skull Bomb if we tap this guy here, but so far we don't need to do that. Although once this has 3 counters on it, it does become a 3/3. So maybe we want to do that end of turn just to get that rolling, because having a 3/3 body is pretty impressive, and we don't care about these bombs. Really wish we still had our Viral Spawning in the graveyard, though. I will say that. Okay, opponent can make a 3/3 at sorcery speed. They choose to do so. No attacks. We'll just make a mana. And opponent's not corrupted. So we could get ourselves into trouble here with a Zealot's Conviction play. I think we just want to go as wide as possible, right? Try to make Noxious Assault good. So, I mean, so far it doesn't matter that we don't have our Viral spotting, but obviously that was a big mistake. All right. Man, I wish we could corrupt them here, but we can't. So we'll pass it back. Probably assaulting next turn. Hopefully they just spend their turn making a 3/3 or attacking us. That's good for us too. Plague Nurse coming for 2 poison. We are good with that. We're going to say no blocks. Yeah, they do just make a 3/3 here. We'll get our 3/3 online. Start our turn. All right, so Noxious Assault means we're attacking for 8 plus 14, 6, 14, 16, 17 damage. They probably don't have a great way to deal with this, so I think we just go for it. It's a little bit annoying that they do get some choice in the matter here, but I don't believe like a double block on a 3/3 is going to be good for them. They're going to take... I guess they go... What do they do? But they could go like double block on the 3/3 Toxic 1. Chump the Scrap Gorger. So they go to 5 poison and they take 6, 7 damage down to 2. Yeah, so I think we do it here. And they could go like chump, 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 and then they have no board and they're at 5 poison. So I don't see a good blocking scenario for them here. Yeah, they are going to double up there. Okay, so they take 7 down to 2. We could even cast Conviction here. Clear their board. Ooh, and it gives first strike because they get the counters first. That's so sick. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay, cool. So, yeah, this works out quite well for us. All right. Noxious Assault, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We're back. We keep going first, which is very good for us. This hand looks excellent. If we draw a 3rd land in time, we're going to be able to Duelist and then Raptor, give it flying, really get going. So let's hope for that. Our opponent mulligans. They keep 6. Start with a Maze Skull Bomb. Opponent's got a tapped land. We do draw our land on time. Opponent's got a Dune Mover. So obviously they're not blocking either way, but I think it makes more sense to get an extra damage in since we want to spend 3 mana anyways. So they're corrupted next turn if they don't have a good blocker here. And even if they do, we can Planar Disruption it away. They're going to corrupt us, or Toxic us rather, and we're going to take that. I guess they get removal. That would get rid of... Okay, that is a good answer, because using Planar Disruption on that is not great for us, but I think we should still do it. Ooh, Complete Devotion changes that, right? So we won't get Corrupt on them if they block, but I think better to use a combat trick here. We do get to draw a card too, which is pretty cool. So we feel less bad about the 2-for-1 that they got off of their Vorak. Okay, opponent's got a fight spell here, or a bite spell rather. Pretty nice. So if they have another one of those, we would get punished for casting or activating Maze Skull Bomb here. Would love to get that third poison counter. Kind of feel like they've got a combat trick actually on blocks. So maybe we do just use Planner Disruption, get them corrupted. They have a second Infectious Bite. That's where we really get hurt for this. Or I suppose like a Tyvar stand would be good here too, yeah. We could use the Skull Bomb at that point though. Alright. Corruption achieved. They got something going on here. Predation Steward. So I really feel like they have Titanic Growth at this point. We don't want to play into that, of course. So we're just going to jam for 2. And then we can double viral spawning because we didn't exile it by accident from our graveyard. Let's go. And we just rip a Noxious Assault off the top? No. Okay, so this is a 6/6 with the growth on it, which means like a 3/3 Toxic 1 trample's not bad. Actually, it'll be a 7/7, won't it? With the glider. So maybe that does mean that we just put the Skull Bomb on the do list. Get in with everything. They get to eat one of our 3/3s. If it is Tyvar stand, it doesn't make any sense because they would have countered that planar thing, I think, but that would be +2/+2, which is also good enough to eat a 3/3, but not good enough to eat a do list. We don't need to worry about double blocks, so I think we'll put this on the do list. Kind of flooding out here, a little bit concerned with that. See what it is. Oh, Complete Devotion. That's definitely better than Titanic Growth. It's almost right. Well, I guess it's not in the sense that they fall behind on board, actually. All right, digging. And that'll do it. Okay. All right. Here we go. We keep getting the play. It's pretty nice. And we have a nice curve here too. Although we do not have a really great way to get corrupted going. Opponent's going to play a nothing here. All right, cool. They have a -1/-1 trick maybe. Keep that on our radar. Glider's been pretty good. Wasn't super sure about this card. So I think it's been a factor every time it's been on the battlefield for us. Okay, island for our opponent. No play, so it could be counter target spell. Unless we pay 2. Should be good against viral spawning. Ish. Opponent takes 2. I think we just go for it though. I mean, they're not always going to have it. And even if they do, we still have a flashback potentially later. Okay, so now they might fire off Whispers of the Dross if they... now they've got us poisoned. They want that proliferate. So I don't expect our Sinew Dancer to live here. Yeah. Bye-bye. Maze, Skullbomb, Rustvine Cultivator. We have no poison on them yet. Probably just get him with the 3/3. I'd like to have the 1/3 back to block. And we'll say go. I think we're supposed to block if they attack here. There's obviously a couple combat tricks that exist, but getting corrupted is something we would like to avoid. So if they're going to... Well, I mean, if they're attacking, they have to have a trick, though, right? It's not a free attack. So it makes it the perfect bluff. Okay, we're corrupted anyways. So now it matters a little bit less. Anoint. Okay. We're at 4 poison. Flooding out. Opponent's going to 7 though. But we're in a pretty bad spot here. If we're not able to corrupt them, then we don't get to flash back our card. I guess it's just going to have to be... If they're trying to race us, I mean, that is good for us. But we're going to have to get kind of lucky here, I think. Well, got one option. Let's do it. I'm going to attack with both here. I'd like to get 1 damage in at least, if we can. Well, they're going to give us both. Okay, cool. Now we get to flash this back. So we'll see if we're dead here. I mean, like, if they can kill our raptor and proliferate, then we just lose. But if they can't, then we might win here. Equipping to Voidwing Hybrid. Swinging in just the hybrid itself. So it's got 2 poison coming at us. So they need to have exactly Whispers of the Dross times 2 or Whispers of the Dross plus a proliferate card. But if they did have that, why would they not just attack with both creatures and just kill us with proliferate, right? So I don't see a reason to block here. Because they are dead on the the crackback. Yeah, but if we block, they are not dead on the crackback if they have another creature to play. They do. Ooh, but it's one that gains them life. Well, that's interesting. So they're not dead. We're in trouble now. Because we can't block both. I guess, I mean, we could block a creature. Do we even attack? Probably, because killing Siphoner's good for us. Rustfine Cultivator gets a free damage in. We hold back the Raptor. We chump Voidwing Hybrid, and then they're dead next turn again. All their creatures have flying, so our ground creatures don't do anything. But if we swing with everything, they go to 4, block, they go to 1, and we die. So that doesn't work. But attacking with these guys does work. Scary times. What do you got? Alright, they give us a poison counter with prologue to Phyrexia. And they drew a card. And rather slow rolling us, or they did not find something. In. Alright, we have to block. They have a blocker. Yep, nice. We have charge of the mites. Ah, we can't use it. They have proliferate. What a bummer. We can't kill Voidwing Hybrid either. That's funny. That's funny. So the only way we win here is if they equip Injector to the Rat for some reason. We get to shoot down the hybrid, chump the Rat, and kill them that way. But if we shoot the Rat here, we just lose. If we attack with everything, we just lose. Creating mites doesn't do anything, so yeah, but they need to equip their Rat inexplicably, or just have that and we just die. Wow, what a close game. I wonder if we made any small mistakes that could have made the difference. What a close game. I mean, we drew like a bunch of lands too, right? So even like one non-land card at the right time could have been the difference there. That was so close. All right, well, aside from me throwing away the first game due to a misclick, that was a pretty fun deck. I think we got pretty lucky in the sense that we had the play, I think, almost every game, which is super important. We saw how good the red-green decks are because their cards just always do good things, and our cards sometimes don't, right? We saw like Sinew Dancer kind of not really get there. Viral Spawning not really get there with the flashback if we can't corrupt. So having extra copies of like Crawling Chorus would have been pretty good for this deck. But I mean, like, I think, you know, for our seat at the table, it wasn't a bad draft, and going 4-3 is a pretty good record. So yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe, click like, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know how you might have navigated the draft differently or played some of the games differently. Maybe you would have mulliganed in round 1, you know. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.